Hey there, folks. How you doing? Jag here. We have a new monstrosity behind me. Yeah, that is a dual smeltery with a carbon injection system for making huge amounts of steel. In the background, you can see little red things coming down. That's the molten iron. And on the other side, there's little streams of silver. That is the steel. And that little block in the middle there, that's what injects all the carbon. So let's go take a little better look at it. Alrighty. You can take, and we're a little laggy right now, you can take any form of iron, whether it's ore, dust, blocks, you name it. You can put it into the smeltery. The smeltery will melt it. See that? Then the casting tables will cast them out into ingots. Now we have another facility that just churns out ingots, which is why I've got a cache over here. And this cache has got 5,600-ish ingots in it. So between what we had in blocks and miscellaneous trash and the stuff that we've got in ingots, it all goes over here. Comes in one side. These are metallurgic infusers. The first one takes your compressed carbon and your iron ingot and turns it into an enriched iron dust. Then it gets fed into the next metallurgic infuser, where the enriched iron dust has more carbon added and becomes steel powder. That gets pumped over here. Get on the controller, there we go. Steel comes in, gets melted, and then gets poured out as blocks. So currently, this seems to be a fairly well maximized system. Looks like we're only going to need one tier of block producing at this point. Still working on the power. The biggest drain we've got on power is making the ingots in the other system, but we get 5x, 4x ingots instead of 2x like we would out of the smeltery. So at this point, we need the iron and the steel more than we need the efficiency on power. So right now, we are up to almost 4,000 blocks of iron, or blocks of steel, I mean. So quite the little operation. It took Bobby and I a while to get everything worked out. There was some glitching, some power situation issues, but seems to be doing better. Yeah, I had to turn off the jetpack. So let's go see how that power situation is actually doing. There we go. So I had to shut down and put limiters in on a large chunk of the grid because something is pulling way too much power. And we had to build a separate generating facility on top of what we have in the basement. So when you get down here, I mean, look at all the dynamos we have now. They are all Singulum or Singulum, however you pronounce it, or higher. And they're actually got power in them, so the new facility must be keeping things up. Let's go to statistics. Wow, a lot of surging. So it looks like we are basically at parity most of the time. We're not really gaining, we're not really losing, which is a good thing. And it means it's not drawing off of this as much. So good. Problem we ran into, we tried directly tapping the second power unit into the grid. That doesn't work so good. You can do it, but it prefers if you have a higher flow, which is why we've got the ultimate cable. So now the ultimate cable is going to be our trunk line, and that is going to go between these induction facilities. And we'll use the elites and such for the sub lines that are going to go out to different areas and feed different machines. So in order to limit this, I had some advanced cable in here, which can't put a whole lot of power out, but trickled enough in so that I could still use the ME system. Lot of rerouting of cables and a lot of new cable built. So let's go take a look at the new power station we built. It's out by the petroleum distillators in the tank farm, because we now have a gasoline fired boiler and a steam turbine. And we're going to go check and see how it is holding up, which means I'm going to have to turn on the jetpack again, so I pardon the sound. There, now we're in hover mode. Bobby's giving me a hard time because I don't have power armor and I can't go as fast as him still. But quite honestly, I mean, look at me. I'm Stylin. What the heck do I need power armor for? Look at this. I got my jetpack. It's got wings. Jetpacks will give you wings. Don't sue me. It's not that kind of wing. If you don't get the reference, yeah, Google it. So I had to do some fiddling here with this one. I don't have the glass in. Hopefully I can put the glass back in so we can see the cells and everything, just because I like to see the cells. I had to put in dual out ports. We have dual in ports. And let's look at our statistics. Our output is now greater than our input here. So that's not a terrible thing. If one's going to run dry, I'd rather it be this particular unit than the one over there. And like I say, this is our secondary. And this is our high pressure tank and our liquid fired burners. So here we got gasoline going in with water. It gets burned, turns into steam. And yes, these will explode if you don't have the water in there or have enough water. And currently I do not have the distillery going because we have a chunk of gasoline still. I do need to get some more oil, another canister of oil, and pop it on here so that we don't run out of stuff. More than likely, lubricant is going to go into a trash can because we really have zero use for lubricant at this point. And that is it. Oh, by the way, this is supposed to be my footbridge. This is what Bobby built me for, a footbridge. He must think I'm a Titan. See that? Look at me. I'm Godzilla. I'm Scylla. I'm Rodan. Yeah, I could be Rodan. Look at, I got fire and I fly. Not Mothra. I'm too pretty for that. Anyhow, that's another quick mini thing, what we've been doing. And we have been quite busy the last couple days, and hope to see you later and let you know what we're doing with all the steel. Bye.